Hey everybody, it's Shark Scrapper. Well, if you are interested in computer board, circuit board grading, to understand what the value is from various types of e-waste, stick around because that's what we're diving into. I just got back from a pickup from a new client, and he has all these boards. I'm going to defer to his privacy and not give a lot of information about where they're coming from. But there's a lot of stuff here for us to pick through and see what we have. I have to do this anyway because I got to figure out what I'm going to pay him. So come on, let's dive in and grade some boards. All right, so I've got some bins staged here ready to go. And what the plan is to just start going through these boards. All right, so we're going to try to separate these into the kind of things that I would normally separate them into anyway. So we're going to start out with this little box here. Oh, what do we got? What do we have here? Amplifier and power supply. Okay, so power supplies. Yeah, that's what these all are. These are all the same thing, so I'm just going to leave these in this box. Okay, this box is falling apart. It got rained on. So, green, small socket. So for my local yard, that's a high grade board. Here we have a colored socket board, a colored motherboard. So my yard, mid-grade board sort, has a colored motherboard category. Now some of you are probably saying to yourself, wait a minute, Shark, there's RAM, you know, there's a CPU under there, why aren't you taking those apart? Well, just like a scrapyard, just like any other scrapyard, I'm grading these the way they were given to me, the way they were brought to me, or in this case, the way I picked them up. That is just part of the fairness of the way this is done. If a client takes the time to separate things, separate the RAM, separate the CPUs, I would buy them as RAM and CPUs and such. That's the fair way to do it. In this case, these were literally all just thrown into some bins, so I'm going to grade them as I got them. So for instance, here's RAM, so that'll get bought as RAM. All right, color, gold finger card, color, there's green and color. All right, now here we have peripheral high would be my call. Nice, there's chips all over it. There isn't a lot of junk on it. I'm going to call that peripheral high grade. Okay, so this one, I want to try to help the guy out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that off there real quick. Most yards would not do this. Most yards would just say colored, but what I'm trying to help the guy out. He's a new client. So yeah, I had a feeling this was going to be a large socket motherboard. So I'm just going to treat this as a large socket motherboard, as opposed to a colored small socket. Colored small socket, large socket. That's a big one with a nice copper heatsink. I'm going to call that a large socket. We have some bags of stuff here. No, it's not the actual Crown Royal. The bags are for Crown Royal. Okay, so what do you all think? What do you think that is? Come on, you know what it is. We're going to keep them all together. That was nice that they were all put together like that. I'm even going to put it back in the Crown Royal bag. Go ahead, down in the comments down below. Tell me what these were. Here's a zoomed in still shot of those boards to help you with your identification. We're gonna, you know what, there may be more boards here, so we're gonna, to make it fun, this will be the board number 1. Go ahead and put board number 1 and what you identified it as. Here's another Crown Royal bag. Oh my, we have all kinds of interesting stuff here, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, well, I'm going to get a small bin for this because there's some interesting things here. So we have some RAM. So let's go ahead and get the RAM separated here. Some more RAM. Some more RAM. What do we have here? We have an AMD in a container. I wonder if that's new. It's hard to say. It doesn't, I don't know, it's still in the plastic, but I don't think it's new the way it's taped and labeled. So there's an AMD. Here's another AMD Ceramic. Hang on, I need to get a box. All right, so we're going to put these ceramics and these loose CPUs in here. Green fiber, green fiber. Here's another AMD Ceramic. Green fiber, green fiber. Oh, there's another one of those. Let's go ahead and put that with the bag of them. Some more RAM. Bunch of green fibers here. Just separate those. Now that one's got the heat spreader still on it. Here's a black fiber. Black fiber. Here's more green fiber. Here's another AMD. Here's some more AMDs. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Other than something that is very pokey. All right, we have some number 2 insulated. Power board. All right, so nothing terribly exciting. Power board out of, looks like it came out of a television of some sort. And a plastic bag. Trash. So, green, we've got some sort of relatively small socket there, so green motherboard. That's interesting. We have daughter card on top of this colored board here, but I have a feeling that's a large socket. Yeah. So we're going to throw that over with the large sockets, and I'm going to leave the daughter cards on as I weigh it out, because that's going to be relatively fair to both of us, I think. Let's get the wire off of there, though. Okay, now it's a green motherboard, but it's still inside of the metal. So I'm going to check, because I know there's on board sort, there's what they call auto board encasing or something like that. That's not quite what we're dealing with here, but I'm going to set this aside. I can always just take it out of the metal housing and treat it as a green motherboard. So we'll take a look at that. That's the first time I've ever had one of those. Okay, here's another what is probably going to be a large socket, beautiful copper heatsink there. Green, small socket. And another large socket. Here's another one of the ones in the metal casing. Oh, you're pretty loose. You want to come out easy enough. Let's just go ahead and get you out of there. That other one didn't want to come loose as easy. Well, let's give it a good shake. So we'll put this in with the greens, and there's some sort of board underneath here. We'll need to take a look at that. Let's see. We'll see. There you go. That's easy enough to take that off. Just a little screw there. Just a little mid-grade board here. Nothing to get too excited about. Wow, this is really cool. Look at all that. Scrapping Irish is probably just salivating right now at all the little gold piece on that. That is just something else. Look at that. I'm putting that in with my peripherals because it's just so pretty. Chris might get mad at me for that. Yeah. Okay, here's another one of those large sockets that's got the daughter card still on it. We get this wire off of here. Oh man, you're heavy for a monitor. So that's some sort of heavy duty monitor there. We'll be taking that apart. I got to figure out how I'm going to cost that out. All right. Colored motherboard. Those are easy, right? Here, let's get all this wire over here. Get this wire consolidated someplace. All right. Let's see. Colored motherboard. Green motherboard, small socket. Okay, what do we have going here? Holy cow. Well, we're gonna, all right, so this is I'm gonna call this a PC. I'm gonna buy this as a PC because we've got a hard drive, we've got a power supply, we've got the motherboard, we have a PCI slot card. It's not gold fingered, but yeah, so we're just gonna call this a PC and buy it as a PC. Here's another one. There's another one that's almost identical to the one that I just pulled out. Low grade. Again, looks like it came from some sort of TV. Colored motherboard. Let's hang on a second. Let me get rid of this. So this looks like one of the cards that came off of one of those large sockets, one of the daughter cards. Get the wire off of there. Get these connectors off of here. So we'll have to get the standoffs off of there. We've got a flat pack, we've got some ICs. So for my yard, it's mid-grade. Board sort, it's going to be peripheral. We're going to have to take this daughter card off because it's got these screw posts on here. So I'm thinking peripheral low on that. And I don't know, we'll see what's on the other side of this card here to determine what that is. Okay. Well, that's weird. That's got a big heat sink on that. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's take a look. That is a small socket. And that's a pinned P4. I'm going to separate the heat sink. We'll put you there. Because I took it off, because I took the CPU off, I'm going to add it up as the CPU separate. Oh my, let's see, low grade brittle board. Wire, a bag with water in it. It's going to be hard to hear over the storm, so how about let's just take a look at what we ended up with. Being a secondary metal recycler in the state of Florida, I do have to have some paperwork accounting for all of this, so everything gets weighed out and identified separately, and then I write an invoice up for the customer and send him his check, and then I have to keep those records just in case anybody ever shows up to check on them. That's the way the scrapyards do it, and that's what I am. I am a small scrapyard. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the storm at the end. I love our Florida storms, the way they can come on so quickly and then that quick take off again. But before that happens, don't forget the icons that are going to pop up are going to take you to more shark scrapping videos, and the little round one in the middle is to help you subscribe if you haven't already done so. And you really want to do that because you never know when you're going to want to have a good thunderstorm to watch.